Well, hey there, YouTube. Madam Roy back again. Enjoying a nice cup of coffee on this, once again, very hot summer afternoon. It is, let's see, August 5th. It's a Wednesday. And this is going to be a quick vlog. I wanted to tell you guys that most of the family has left for now. They are down in the Outer Banks. Going to enjoy a couple of days at the beach. I decided not to go because I'm really not into that anymore. When I was young, I used to like to swim a lot, but especially now that we've had a lot of shark attacks in the area, you just have to be really, really careful. They're going to go down there for a few days, you know, just probably lay on the beach, soak up some sun. Really not too much else to speak of. After we picked up my aunt yesterday at the airport, we went around shopping for a while. We went down to Virginia Beach, went to Hobby Lobby, went to a few of the thrift stores down there, and I did pick up a couple items, which I'll show you guys here in just a minute. Still waiting on the GoPro stuff. I don't know when that's going to come in. They said should have been here, the first batch should have actually been here today, and it didn't come in, so hopefully either tomorrow or Friday it'll be in. And that's the helmet mount, the wrist mount, and what was the other one? And the handlebar mount for the bikes. And then I ordered, about a day later I ordered, it's the same kit, it's called the EE kit. You can find them on eBay for most of the GoPros. The second kit I ordered is a windshield mount, so I can actually use this to film some of the food vlogs. But like I said, I don't know if it's just a lot of people are ordering stuff this time of year, but it seems like everything's taking forever to get here. Amazon, eBay orders that I've had, just, you know, they seem to be taking twice as long, so I guess the heat is affecting everybody. Let me guys show you what I picked up at the thrift store. Alright guys, I'm going to try to do this without getting my thumb in the picture this time. But as you can see, I picked up two more monitors. They are both Dell monitors, 19-inch monitors. The older one is definitely the silver one on the end. This one I'm thinking is from right around maybe 2008 or 2009. I think this is a Vista era monitor. And this one is probably from 2010, 2011, so I would make that like a Windows 7 era monitor. And what I've done is hooked it up to the HP here. And it's odd, the built-in video card on this computer actually has the capability, actually has dual monitor capabilities. Now, because one port is DVI and one port is VGA, of course I have to hook it up that way. This one right here has both DVI and VGA capabilities, so I use this one with the DVI plug, and this one is VGA only, so I hooked this one up using the VGA plug. Let me see if I can pop this open real quick, or get the menu on here. This one is a little tricky. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. This is a Dell model SE198WFP. And this is a very standard model that Dell used on their monitors for probably since around 2005. The menus pretty much were the same. Before this, they were just generic. I'm not sure the name of the company that manufactured the menus, or did the menus, but they all pretty much looked like this since about 2005. You can see the resolution on this is 1440 by 900, so that's somewhere between 720 and 1080p. It's not 1080p, but it's somewhere right in the middle. And this one over here is a Dell Model E1910H, And this one actually has a lower resolution. This has a resolution of 1366 by 768. So this one is actually a 720p monitor, whereas this one is a 1080p. But they both have very, very good picture quality. I'll show you guys real quick. I'll show you this one first. And I'll go to nick.com, because if you guys have been following my channel for the past few days, you'll probably know, whoop, didn't hit that in right, that they now have the new Alvin and the Chipmunks series out, which I am totally stoked about. One of my absolute favorite shows from when I was a kid. I remember the 80s show and even the ones from the 60s. And we'll just pull it up here. I mean, you can see the colors are vibrant, the colors are beautiful, not blurry or faded or anything on this monitor. I'll go ahead and move it over here so you can see this one. And again, I would actually say that the older Dell has a slightly better picture. This one, the color's a little more faded out. Like, I don't know how it's coming out with the GoPro, but Alvinn's shirt almost has an orange hue to it where it's supposed to be red. His blue jeans are very washed out on this monitor. But if I move it back over here, you can see the red really comes out. It doesn't look orangey at all, and you have a lot more color in the blue jeans. So quality-wise, I'll have to say that this Dell is probably the better monitor, but they both work perfectly fine. And I'm telling you guys, if you have not checked this series out yet, it's an absolute must. As you guys know, I grew up in the 80s and 90s when it was my childhood, and this was that series was plastered all over TV. They had reruns on that up into the early 2000s, and I've been waiting years for them to remake this show. And what's really cool about it is it's the same creators from the 1980s. It's Ross Bagdasarian Jr., the son of the original creator, and his wife. They do the voices in this one just like they did in the 80s. And one thing I really like about it is nowadays you find shows, you know, remakes of shows, and they're very, very vulgar. I mean, today's mentality is, you know, the more raunchy, the more outlandish the show is, the better. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I like shows like Family Guy, American Dad. They have their place. I'm just really glad that they kept this show fairly wholesome. You know, it would have hurt me to see them raunchy this show up, because it was such a big part of my childhood. Also wanted to give you a quick update on one of my dad's cars, and this is one that you have seen before. I did a review on it. His 1983 Monte Carlo SS is not doing too well. About a month ago, he noticed it was losing power and just wasn't quite running right. So we kind of parked it, and really because of the heat and everything, he hasn't had an opportunity to look into it. Well, today he did. Since the whole family's gone away except for Dad and I, we have the house to ourselves. He decided to spend the morning you know, looking into it and seeing what might be the problem. He took the valve covers off to see if we could find any issues there. And he had me crank the engine over, and he looked really carefully and couldn't find anything wrong. What he believes it is a burnt cylinder wall. It's either that or possibly a rod has come loose. Anyway, we're not sure what we're going to do with that right now. He's talking to a friend of his locally that has an engine for sale, and it may be just cheaper to change the engines out. The one he has is very similar in specs to this one. I think it's a 383, just like this is. You know, horsepower is right around the same. You know, it's really unfortunate, because when he started digging deeper into this Monte Carlo's engine, he found out that the person that rebuilt it before really didn't do what they were supposed to. It wasn't a total rebuild. The cylinders, the pistons, all of that stuff was old. I think really all they did was change the valves and work the head over. So, you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, when you buy a used vehicle or a used engine, sometimes there's really no way to tell how good of a job they did when they rebuilt it. So that's going to be a project he and I are going to work on hopefully in the next month or so, and I'll try to get some footage of it. Unfortunately, our garage is just not very conducive to filming. It's very dark. There's really limited space, especially when he has all the other cars in there, because he has 3 other classics, and when they're all smushed together in the garage, it just makes for a very hazardous working environment, especially for 2 people. Well, I'm going to end the vlog here for today because I really don't have much else to talk about. I will do an unboxing when the GoPro attachments come in, which is hopefully in the next couple of days. Well, if you guys enjoyed this, please remember to like and subscribe, and as always, have a blessed day, everybody.